I'm Mindy.TV, and welcome to my free workshop. And this is on, just gonna make sure, can you see me? Can you hear me? This is like my second time I've done Facebook Live, so it's still kind of new. So if you can see me or hear me, go ahead and you can either comment below, you can push the like button or the heart button or whatever you want to do. Just let me know that you're here, that you can hear me and see me, okay? So this is the free workshop on how to tap into your emotions. And if you don't know me already, my name is Mindy.TV, and I am a nutrition coach and yoga teacher, and I'm here in New York City, and I'm like a block away from Times Square, so it's a little crazy sometimes. But I wanted to do this workshop for you, really, because for me, like personally, with emotions, I dealt with some crazy emotions for a long time, and I didn't know how to like process all of that, because like from my past, I had some trauma that happened to me, and some abuse, and it actually just, I didn't know how to deal with it, and so that ended up like, it built up and built up, and then it led to me having some addictions. And so I would sorry, this is Thor, he's over here, my little dog. But so I had all of these things that would come up, and so I would, you know, like use food or alcohol or things like that to try to deal with my emotions, because I didn't really know how. And so after quite a few years of having like the pain and symptoms, it led to getting some diagnoses that were kind of scary. Like I was diagnosed with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and autoimmune disease, lupus, and also Lyme disease. And so like having all of those past traumas and all of those emotions, and then that turning into addictions, like it just led to my body just kind of like breaking down. And so then I just decided, you know, after having those labels and those diagnoses, that I didn't want to stay a victim. And so I changed my life. I took all of that as a wake-up call and made some serious changes. And so I'm doing this because I'm sure many of you can relate. I'm sure that you've had trauma in your past, and then you've had a lot of similar emotions come up, and maybe that's turned into addictions or unhealthy habits even, or things like that for you, and you're just stuck in this like negative pattern. And so you're not alone. So I wanted to do this for you to help you learn how to tap into your emotions like I did. So tonight I'm going to teach you how. I'm going to show you the tool that I found, and it really, really helped me. Like at first I was like, what? Like this seems a little weird and a little crazy, and I don't really know what to think of it. But then I kept doing it, and I got better and better, and I started seeing even more results, and just being able to like unlock a lot of these negative patterns that I was in from, you know, being stuck in the past traumas. So the tool that I'm going to share with you, it's called tapping. So that's the reason in the title I wrote, you know, how to tap into your emotions, because you're literally tapping. And so it's also called the emotional freedom technique, EFT. And I have a couple books here too. And then it's also called energy psychology. So there's about 30 different variations of this tool, But how it works is it combines Chinese medicine and modern psychology, and it works on your brain, your body, and on your energy system all at the same time. And like, it's so simple and it's so easy. You're thinking, what? No, this isn't doing anything. But it really is. And like I said, the more you do it and the more you practice, the better it gets. Also, I forgot to mention, stick around to the end. I have a bonus for you and also some really exciting news. So stick to the end. It's only going to be like 40 minutes or to an hour or so, just depending on Q&A. So a little bit more about how tapping works. So tapping, like I said, it engages your body, your mind, and your energy system. And it especially helps to work on your subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind is different than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind, you're like, oh, I'm consciously doing that. But subconsciously, you're breathing, or you're, automatically doing all of these things. And so by doing this tapping, it unlocks some of those stuck patterns that have been in your subconscious mind. So also in your subconscious mind, it's linked to your amygdala, which is like quoted your almond brain, and that's the part of your brain that engages the fight or flight. Fight or flight being like your stress mode, like, there's a difference between real stress and perceived stress. Like, real stress in fight or flight mode would be a lion chasing you down the road and you have to run. That's real stress. Perceived stress would be more like you're stressed at work, like your boss put you on a really tight timeline, and so you're stressed, like you have to work and get it all done, otherwise you have that fear of being fired. It's not actually real, you just think it's real. Your mind thinks it's real. Like, your brain just doesn't know the difference between real and perceived stress. So whether it's real or perceived, your brain goes into stress mode and it sends this cascade of hormones throughout your body. It sends adrenaline for your heart to pump faster. It sends cortisol to try to put out the fire. And then this can lead to pain and inflammation in your body and a lot of other things that can be bad when you have stress in excess. And that just stems from your emotions. Because all you have to do is think, I'm stressed, and then it goes, throughout your body. It's this whole cascade, this whole reaction. So tapping, this tool has been used for centuries. So it comes from ancient Chinese medicine, like I said, and it's been kind of like remodernized, and a lot of psychologists use it. And actually over 10 million people have used tapping, and they use it for things like post-traumatic stress disorder. They use it for pain. They use it for illnesses. Just so many things. Like, it can be big things or it can be little things. It doesn't really matter, but it's super simple. So let's get started. You can do this along with me. So it's simple. There's 9 different points. I'll show you the points first so you know how to go along with me. But the first point is actually just the side of your hand, and you could use either hand. It doesn't really matter, but I'll just use one. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tap on this point. This is the first point. It's called the karate chop point. So we'll tap here. This is the point number 1. Point number 2 is right on your eyebrow. And number 3 is the side of your eye. And then you go under your eye. We're just tapping lightly, it's not hard. And then under your nose, your chin, and then your collarbone, and then your side, like kind of for ladies, it's like right where your bra line is. So your side, and then the top of your head. So it's super simple. It's 9 points. You're tapping on these points about 7 times. You don't have to count. It's just, until you say the phrase. So First, if you want to join in, the first thing we're going to tap on is stress, just overall stress. So just take a minute and think about your day, your week, your month, your year, whatever, and let's just put a number to it. So from 0 to 10, rate it. Like, how stressed are you? How does that make you feel? 0 being like no stress in the world, 10 being I'm going to lose my mind, and 5 can just be like neutral. So if you'd like, you can share the number, just type it in the comments below. Whatever that number is for you. You don't have to comment like what the issue is, you can just put the number in if you want to join in. So I would say, like, I'll just go with mine for today. I would say it was at like a 7, because I had so much that I had to catch up on from going to India recently, and then also to prepare. Okay, 6. Got a number. That's a good one. So yeah, so we can start at a 6 then. So we'll just rate it, and so we'll tap through the points. So I'll tap, and so you tap in the points, and then just repeat what I say after me. So tapping here. Even though I've been really stressed, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I'll say this 2 more times. Even though I've been really stressed, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. 1 more time. Even though I've been really stressed, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Perfect. Now moving on to the next point, the eyebrow. And you can either repeat that whole thing, you know, like for other times you're doing it, but I'll just simplify it for time's sake. I've been really stressed. Inside of the eye. I was so stressed today, I could feel it in my stomach. Under the eye. Stress. And then under your nose. I've been so stressed, it just makes me nauseous. And then your chin. The stress. I have so much stress and so much to do. And then your collarbone. But I'm ready to let the stress go. And then the side. I'm so over being stressed all the time. And then the top of your head. I'm letting all of this stress go. And now I like to just close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out your mouth. And just do a quick body scan. Just sense how you're feeling in your chest, your stomach, your head, your extremities. Just assess like how you're feeling. I can definitely feel that I had a shift and I feel less stressed, even though I was really nervous to get on here because I was worried the live thing wouldn't work. So I would say I went from a 6 probably down to a 3. If you had a shift, tell me what that number is. You can write it down below if you had a decline in that number. It's very common that you do have a decline in the number where your rating goes down, where you feel less stressed. Sometimes for my clients I do this and they have like a huge shift right away, and sometimes it can take a few more rounds. So like it's not like a one-time thing and you're fixed forever, it's a practice. And so like I said, there's different variations. You can't mess this up. The only way to mess this up is if you don't do it. So we can try it again. We can do another round. And this one, let's try the other common thing that a lot of people have, and what I have dealt with, is anxiety. So we can do this round and on anxiety. So you can tap with me, tap on the points, and just repeat after me. So Even though I suffer from anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. 2 more times on this point. Even though I suffer from anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Last time. Even though I suffer from anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And now the eyebrow. All of this anxiety, side of the eye, it's overwhelming. Under the eye, so much anxiety. Under the nose, this anxiety just drives me bananas. And then your chin. You can start with a positive now. I'm ready to just feel calm. And then your collarbone. I'm ready to feel calm. And then your side. Feeling calm is awesome. And then the top of your head. I'm ready to let all of that anxiety go. Good. You can stop tapping. You can close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And let it out your mouth. And just do a quick body scan. See how you're feeling in your stomach, your heart, your throat, your head, your arms, your legs. Just feel the relaxation, feel where you're at, and you can open your eyes and just reassess that rating. And so with the anxiety that you had before we started, it could be any situation, and at whatever rating that was, mine was pretty low after doing the first round, so I would say I started at a 4 and went to like a 2, because I feel relaxed, and my arms and my hands especially, they have like a tingling feeling. So if you had that, hooray, because that means your body is getting into that rest and digest mode. It's like calming things down, and that's where healing happens. So that's another reason why this is such a magic tool for me, because after being in like stress mode all the time, being able to like get my body into this calm state where it could actually heal instead of pretend it was fighting a lion all the time is amazing. So like I said, you can't mess this up. So if you want to continue to do it on your own, the only way you can mess it up is if you don't do it. It only takes a few minutes a day. So if any of you have any topics that you would like me to help you tap through, you can write it in the comments below, and we can have some fun with that and do a tapping round on your most pressing issue. So let me know. Don't be shy. It could be anything. Even if you think it's silly, it could still be good to tap on. Sometimes, I try to do this daily. Like I said, I just spend a few minutes a day doing it, and it could be something silly that comes up, or it could be something more serious. But the more I do it, I just feel so relaxed after. And even if you don't feel results right away, just know that it's working on a deeper level, because it's like pushing the reset buttons throughout your body, and it's like calming your parasympathetic, your sympathetic, your nervous system. So if there's any questions on how it works or anything else like that, feel free to comment below. We have some time, so I'll do another round. I was also going to do a round on fear. So this is a big one too that I've had a lot of people ask me about, is like, how do I get rid of that fear of being vulnerable or that fear of feeling not good enough? And so this is a big one, and this really affects your confidence. Like sometimes, having this subconscious message in your mind of not good enough, like even if it started like years ago when you're a child, it was like conditioned deep inside of you into your subconscious mind. And by tapping through this can help you boost your confidence and help you reach your goals and go after, all of those things that have been stopping you, because you have this deep subconscious message of, I'm not good enough, or fear. And fear, there's a good acronym or whatever it's called. Tony Robbins says, I'm pretty sure it's him, but the acronym of fear is false evidence appearing real, which is so true, because like I said, our brain doesn't know the difference between real and perceived. So if you think it or you see it and you get it in your mind like, oh, this is scary, this is big, this is new, it's a change, then you can have that same fear response and that same cascade of stress hormones, and then that can cause inflammation, and that can cause that whole host of things that can happen in your body. So let's do another round on tapping for fear and feeling not good enough. So you can tap the points with me and repeat after me. It's still good to do even if you think you don't really have fear or think that you're not good enough. It might be buried deep. So go ahead and tap with me the first point. Even though I feel like I'm not good enough, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I'm not good enough, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. One more time. Even though I have the fear of not being good enough, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then the eyebrow point. I feel like I'm not good enough. Side of the eye. This feeling of not being good enough. Under the eye. I don't understand why I feel like I'm not good enough. Under your nose. This feeling of feeling not good enough is really depressing. Under your chin. I'm so tired of feeling like I'm not good enough. Your collarbone. I'm ready to let this feeling of being not good enough go. And your side. I'm ready to let this feeling of feeling not good enough go. And on the top of your head, I'm letting it all go. I'm letting this feeling of feeling not good enough go. Now you can stop tapping and simply close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Just let it sink in for a minute and just feel your body, feel your stomach, your chest, your throat, your head, your arms, your legs. Just take a minute and see how it feels in your body. And you can open your eyes when you're ready and then just reassess that rating. The feeling of feeling like you're not good enough. I think I started at maybe like a 4 because again I was just kind of nervous about this whole Facebook Live thing and that I wouldn't be able to figure it out or something. So I would say that's down to like a 1 now. So if you had a shift You don't have to give details if you don't want to. If you want to give details, that's fine. But you can just share what your rating was before and what your rating was after, if you like. Have some fun with it. And so yeah, that is how you tap into your emotions. And that is the tool that I've used for a few years now in order to work through those past traumas, work through any stressors that have been most pressing issues. Okay, good. Awesome. 2 after. That's amazing. Because, yeah, like there's a shift. So thank you so much for sharing. So yeah, I really highly recommend this tool. It's for years, it was kind of like the most the link that was most missing in like my healing process. So like once I found this and I started practicing it more regularly, it really, really made a huge difference. And then I found myself like, instead of making bad food choices or instead of drinking alcohol like I would have in the past, I just realized, what my brain was doing, and I could do that short tapping sequence, and I would be able to be like, okay, like now I feel calm, now I don't have to binge on cheeseburger and cheese balls, or I don't have to binge on, a pitcher of drinks or something like that. Yeah, and for some of you, obviously, those can be like great things, but for me, in the state that my body was at, those were not good. So being able to, take responsibility of my emotions and just having awareness of that and having that tool just changed everything. So I really hope that you like it. I really hope that you use it. And again, there's lots of resources. There's this book, The Promise of Energy Psychology, and this is Dr. David Feinstein, and Gary Craig is also another one of the professionals that I've used it a lot in the past and have kind of brought it into surface. And then there's another book. It fell. Sorry, my dog Thor pushed it down to the floor, but it's called The Tapping Solution, and this is by Nick Ortner, and his sister also joined the team too, so like you can find other YouTube videos, or like his book really helpful too if you like. And then if you signed up for my link earlier, I included a bonus, so I put together this free worksheet for you. So it has all the points, it has all the details of how you can do it yourself at home and you can continue the practice. So yeah, is there any questions? Feel free to comment below. You can ask me anything. If it's also something that isn't regarding tapping into your emotions, you can write it below too. I'm happy to answer. But this has been really fun. Definitely the first time I've done this on Facebook Live, or really anything on Facebook Live. But also, so the other really exciting thing that I wanted to share, hold on, I had a question. What are some of the different things that you can use tapping for besides what we have already done? Great question, Lucinda. Thank you so much for asking. So tapping, things that you can use tapping for besides what we already did. Literally everything. Like I had like a minor surgery like a year ago, and I didn't take any pain pills. I didn't take any aspirin. I didn't take any Tylenol or anything like that. I just used breathing techniques and also did the tapping to help take my pain level down. And so, like, whatever you want to tap on, you can insert after the phrase, like, even though, and then insert, you could say, even though I have extreme pain in my belly, even though I have extreme pain in my belly, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then you just go through the processes. So I have this pain in my belly. I have this deep pain. It hurts so bad. I don't know what to do. I don't know why it won't go away. It hurts so bad, but I'm ready for the pain to go away. I'm wanting the pain to go away. I'm releasing the pain. And then close your eyes, breathe it out, and re-rate it. And so with the situation that I had with the pain, it obviously didn't go away in one round because the pain was pretty bad, but it took a few rounds, and it definitely made a difference because a lot of times the body, like if you have some pain, the more you think about it, the more the pain grows. And so when you can tap on it, that can minimize the pain because you're dealing with it on a conscious and subconscious level, and you're helping to move that stagnant energy throughout your body. It's really helpful. Yeah, I can't think of any other things at the top of my head right now. If you have a specific one, we still have time to do a round. So you can just type that in if you have a specific thing that you want to tap on. But yeah, people have used it for PTSD, they've used it for anxiety, they've used it for depression, they've used it for addictions, pain, illness, disease, grief. Yeah, absolutely. That is the perfect one. You could even go so far as to making it really, really specific. So for grief, like if you lost a job, if you lost a loved one, if you lost a pet, those are all perfect things to tap on. Because a lot of times, we say like, oh, I dealt with this, I'm moving on, whatever, it's over. But then again, like those things get into the subconscious and they become locked, and then it develops into this like negative pattern. And even though it might not seem like it's about grief of losing a loved one or a job or whatever it is, so then it becomes stuck in that pattern, and then it manifests as like different things, but it's really that thing that we didn't deal with. So grief. So we can tap on this. Even though I have so much grief, I'll use I lost a friend died a few years ago. So even though I have all of this grief about losing my high school friend, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Yeah, I think there might be something there for me. It was buried. So even though I have this grief about losing my high school friend, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I realize I've been holding on to this grief. I've been holding on to this grief about my high school friend, about losing my high school friend. I lost my high school friend. I have so much grief about it. I'm ready to let this grief go. I'm ready to let the grief go about losing insert whoever about my friend. I'm ready to let all of this grief go about losing my friend. And then the top of your head. I'm so ready to let go of all of this grief about losing my friend. Now you can stop tapping, close your eyes, Take a deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. And just assess how it feels in your body. Feel any tingling, relaxation, any peace that's opened up. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready. But yeah, I think, grief wasn't currently in my mind, so my rating was pretty low. But then after I came up with that, I was like, oh, there is some grief there, because I felt it in my throat. And it was kind of hard for me to talk, and I felt a little emotional. So, but now that I'm talking about it, I can tell that I had that decrease. So I would say it went from like a 4 to like a 0. So yeah, you can just assess how that worked for you. I'm so calm that I'm twisting my tongue. But just go into how that felt for you, how it started, what your rating was before and what your rating was after. And then also another tip about tapping is sometimes, like, when you're going through it, you have things come up that you didn't realize you were even thinking about, or that was even a thing. But if it comes up, you can do another round and just replace the words with whatever came up. So, so you would just replace it, like in the setup phrase is what it's called. So even though, and then whatever came up for you. So my fear of death or loss, whatever that was that came up for you, just tap on that, because if it came up, then that's something that's ready to be dealt with, and that could be something that's stuck in there that you didn't realize. So yeah, it could be a rabbit hole sometimes, but it can be fun. It can be very emotional at times, and so it can be good to also journal after you do it too, just to like make sure there wasn't anything else that came up, or also just to make sure you dealt with it, and just to like take a idea of like how that worked, or whatever it is. So thank you so much for your questions. I appreciate that. So also, the exciting news that I wanted to share. So Facebook Live is like the new awesome tool, and I wanted to use this more. So that's why I wanted to do the free workshop here. But so the exciting news is, like, I've been coaching women for a while, and I love it, and people have had some amazing breakthroughs. And I was just thinking, like, how can I make this on like a bigger scale? Like, how can I help more women at the same time, and how can I also make it more affordable? Because some of my individual packages can add up for some people. So tonight I'm also launching my new Victory class. And so Victory class is a monthly membership program. So I created like a private Facebook group. So it's not like my business page, but it's a private Facebook group. And so once a month, I'll give like a new exciting topic that's most relevant to you. So each month will be a different topic. And so for half of the hour, I'll talk about the topic, and the other half is just Q&A. So you can literally ask me whatever you want. And so all you would have to do is just type it in the comments below, just how Facebook Live works here. And so with this Victory class, the monthly membership, it's only $97 a month, which is super affordable, because my individual sessions are $197 for an hour for individual ones. So you're literally saving $100 by being in this group coaching program. And so it's also really fun by being part of a group, because then you have this support of this loving, supportive group where you can have, like, you can share struggles, together, or you can share victories or aha moments, or anything really. So it's going to be super cool, and it's launching tonight. So I'm really excited, and so I sent an email out. It should be going out in a few minutes actually, and it has the link, so you can take a look at all of the details and you can sign up if you are interested. And if you don't think it's something for you, like if you haven't been struggling with your emotions, with your energy, with your mood, with your health, then you can send it to a friend who is struggling, and this could really help her. Some of the topics that I have thought about for the victory class, we'll do some more tapping. We'll also do some more energy work. We'll do some guided meditations. We'll do, I don't know if I'll teach yoga on here. I could. People do it. But I could give a few poses that would be helpful to get your body into rest and digest mode so it can help you heal. It's really powerful. Also, I'm really into functional medicine modalities. So we'll talk about like what you can do to heal the gut. We'll talk about what you can do to balance your hormones. We'll talk about like products that you should be using that won't cause chaos in your body. We'll talk about food, like what foods you should be eating that's right for you. We'll talk about like why certain diets don't work for you. There's so many topics. And then also we'll probably have a few months, or maybe not months, but a few times where it'll just be Q&A, and you can just ask me anything. So yeah, so it's launching tonight. You'll get an email with the link, and then I'm also going to post it here on my business site, so you can click on the link and you can visit that page so you can see all of the details, because I know I forgot some things in there, because there's a lot that we're going to cover. What else? If you have any questions about it, you can comment below. I'll think of some other things that I forgot. Also with the victory class, so it'll be like the Facebook group. So I'll be on monitoring. So if you ever have any questions that come up, I'll be there to answer questions and to give support. Then also, you'll be part of the Victory Tribe. So all of the emails and the news and the expert interviews will be on there, which those have been super fun. So those are called Victory Stories, by the way. It's on my YouTube channel. And I've been interviewing a lot of amazingly talented and super smart experts. I've had a functional medicine pharmacist. I've had a medical doctor in functional medicine. I've had functional medicine chiropractors and acupuncturists and nutritionists, like so much. And I'm going to continue to do that. So you'll be the first to know, and you'll get all of the inside details of all of those expert videos as well, those expert interviews. And then I'll also, like with the bonus that you're going to get from joining this and from signing up, with each topic, I will have beautiful bonuses where I'll have like either ebooks or worksheets, workbooks, and like guide sheets, and like so much more that you can download, and so you can get even more details and like how-tos, step-by-steps, recipes, cleanses, like everything. And so it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be very functional, because like I said, if I didn't say it already, I'm combining like science, spirituality, psychology, and the modalities of like functional medicine. So it's like getting to the root of why you're having these symptoms, and all of these clues. So very detailed, very fun, and a lot of victory. So if you don't have any questions, I will jump off here, but I'm really, really excited, and I'm so happy that you're all on here. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you feel super calm and relaxed and feel like you can just take on the world, because I feel like that right now too. So, well, thank you so much, and if you have any questions after this, if it's already ended, you can still write them down, and I will respond. So we'll see you soon. Have an amazing night, and thanks so much. See ya. Bye.